everybody, developers and Web3 fans. Welcome to another episode of the DAO Envelop podcast. I'm your host, Eugene Crypto MC, and today we're going to have an Indian episode. So welcome and Hare Krishna, because I am having Siddhant Srivastava. He's an Indian and he's the CEO and CFO of Block Vision Studio LLC. And these amazing guys, amazing team, we are going to talk about them. In particular, have been developing the TaroVerse, and TaroVerse is world's first open world mobile or PC cross-platform metaverse with multi-play to earn and move to earn games for a complete interactive social and GameFi experience. Is that correct, Sid?
Yeah, a lot of keywords there.
Definitely. This is how it's written on all the web resources. By the way, right now, please follow the description. All the links are in the description. You may find TaroVerse, and you may find that's it context there. And we are starting to talk. It's a great honor to have you on our episode. And let's start with your story. How did you get into the blockchain space?
Actually, I have been involved in crypto space for approximately 7 years now at this point. And yeah, so when I was in law school, I was in second year of law school, and I just found this amazing technology. So after a couple of months dabbling into trading and all these things, I dropped out of law school. And since then, I've been doing, I've just been involved in crypto full time for the last 7 years. So I've been investing, trading, being part of, couple of projects like Mobox. Mobox is one of the biggest gaming projects on BSC currently. And I was part of the team member also. So while at Mobox, I came up with the idea of TaroVerse, and then I just got my team and we started building TaroVerse.
Amazing. What I'm most passionate about in Web3, because a lot of things are, we have a lot of things going on. Three things what I'm most passionate about.
Yeah, so I think with Web3, I think one of the most passionate things, one of the things which I like is censorship resistant, because that was one of the main things which attracted me to Bitcoin 7 years back, because of it being a platform. Like these days, we have a lot of apps which let us buy, if I'm in India, for example, I'm in India, there are a lot of apps which let you buy US stocks or stocks of, European companies or stock of Australian companies. Same way, you can also buy Euro, AUD, all of these things now. But 7 years back, when I started, in India, the government does not allow you to own anything else except for whatever is within the country. Like you cannot invest into US stocks. You cannot buy any currency, any foreign currency, which does not have a pair with INR. INR is Indian currency. So there is a lot of censorship. If a stock price moves 15% below or up, they just stop all trading activities for that stock. So there is a lot of gatekeeping which happens especially for the retail people, because see, all these great opportunities, like there are so many amazing companies which have became, multi-billion, hundreds of billion-dollar companies, even trillion-dollar companies in the last 5 to 7 years. But not being from US and not being from one of the developed nations, there are a lot of opportunities which people don't have from developing nations. Like if you are someone from Africa, or if you're somebody from a country where the banking system is not that strong, then you don't have access to such, such unique opportunities which Web3 makes them accessible to you, right? So one of the things is censorship resistant. There is, it's being an open platform, so anybody anywhere in the world can just have access to. You don't actually need a certificate from the government, or you don't actually need, some kind of license. Like if you are a stockbroker, you will probably need a license from the government, right? So I think these are one of the things which definitely interest me to Web3. And since the internet has connected the world at such faster pace in the last decade, so the world is becoming smaller every day, right? Every one of us is hyper connected to each other with the because of smartphones and because of internet in the last decade. And I think Web3 just takes it one step further, because it not only you can not only access the apps like social media apps for fun, but you can also access financial instruments which won't be accessible otherwise.
Amazing. What excites me more than Web3, these are people. And the second, because this industry, or I won't even call this industry, this phenomena are open, borderless, and I would say trans-borderlessness excites me most. But nevertheless, all the people are localized somewhere. You've already mentioned India and opportunity of Indians people to invest. I would ask you about India further. India is the second largest country in the world by population. The current population is 1.4 billion. The first is China, and then comes India. So a lot of people. And what's exactly going on in blockchain crypto space in India? Overview. Yes. How many people? What's crypto adoption in India?
Probably India is the biggest country in terms of population now, because the last time they did a count was in 2011, right? Which was more than a decade back. So probably the population is much farther than what the numbers they have, because a lot of the population is unaccounted totally. You know, the government also don't know how many people live in most of the places in India. So probably a lot of people live here. But yeah, the stance of the government has been a little bit, you know, back and forth with crypto and blockchain industry. They have tried to ban it before, but then the Supreme Court, which is the highest court in India, they, you know, reversed the ban. Actually they reversed the ban in 2020 March, and from 2020 April the bull run started last year, right? Because there are millions, hundreds of millions of people were allowed again to you know, invest into blockchain technology. I think up more than a couple of $1 billion are already invested from India in blockchain. But other than that, in terms of development, since India has always been one of the countries which have a lot of engineers, right? A lot of big companies like Google, Infosys, you know, IBM, a lot of these companies already hire engineers from India. So because India has large number of engineers, plus they are cost efficient also, because living in a country where the prices of consumer goods are comparatively cheaper, it allows them to, you know, pay them in an appropriate manner. Because compared to somebody who lives in probably US, where just a dinner costs $50 sometimes, in India probably a person can you know, eat for an entire week for $50. So the cost and the wages have adjusted accordingly. So I think a lot of engineers are getting interested in India into Web3, and that's why we are seeing a lot of projects coming up from India. Like a lot of Metaverse gaming, play to earn, you know, a lot of new projects are coming from India, because I have actually personally invested in 100+ projects last year alone in pre-sale, and I know a lot of teams are from India.
And let's remind the Polygon team is totally from India, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Polygon glorified India. So are you hinting, Sid, that it would be better for crypto projects all over the world to seek and hire blockchain developers and engineers that are so not so abundant in the industry still in India, because they have a very good ratio of price and quality? Am I correct?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, a lot of projects are already doing this. They are trying to hire people from Vietnam, Philippines, India, all the developing nations, because the engineers there are comparatively less expensive. Because if you are trying to hire somebody from maybe, let's say, US, they will charge you $200,000 to $300,000 per month. Let's say, $300,000 per year. Let's say a decent project needs at least 5 engineers, right? And 5, because you need a front-end engineer, you need a back-end engineer, smart contract engineer, and if you start paying $250,000 to $300,000 per engineer, you need 1.5 million just to pay 5 engineers. And engineers are just not enough for a project. You need a marketing team, you need a business development team, you need so many things. You need a design team, you need a lot of things. So I think it's that's why a lot of projects are looking into hiring help from developing nations, where the engineers are a little bit cost efficient.
And the team of TaroVerse, if I'm not mistaken, like it's written on your website, team of Black Vision Studio, LLC, consists of 15 highly experienced full-time employees across the globe. How many of them are Indians?
Actually, only 3 people are from India out of 15. Most of the team is from San Francisco. Actually, most of the dev team is from San Francisco. They have worked in projects like, they have worked in companies like Adobe, Cisco, Rocket Games. So a lot of like we have pushed, there's a team section on our website where the LinkedIn of each and every member is attached. So people can just go on the LinkedIn of every team member and can see what are their past experiences, which top S&P companies they have worked in, because we have people who have 20-25 years of experience also as a developer.
Amazing. So guys, if you are searching for blockchain developer, so pay attention on India. There's an amazing country with an amazing, the oldest history and culture traditions. So this is amazing recommendation. Thank you, Sid, for that. And let's go back to TaroVerse. How did you come up with the idea of TaroVerse, and why is it different if compared to other play-to-earn blockchain games?
Yeah, so actually, when I was working with Mobox on their project, I came up with this idea of an auto chess game called Tactics Royale. So I got my team together. Because I've been in this industry for 7 years now, so I know a lot of developers and friends who are involved in the space heavily. So I contacted them. We formed a team together and we started working on the project. And then we started analyzing the market to see what are the, because I'm talking about last September, right? This is last September, and the metaverse hype was not there because Facebook had not announced their name, their name changed to brand name changed to Meta at that point. So it was just basic gaming hype at that point. And so we started analyzing the market and we started seeing what are the things we can bring to the industry which are not there. So one of the things we found that most of the crypto games are kind of like one click or auto farming games where you're just clicking or collecting tokens, or you're just, you don't actually have to, there is not a lot of gameplay involved, and there is no community element, because even if you play Axie Infinity, you cannot, while playing the game, you cannot actually talk to other players, or within the platform itself, you cannot actually interact with other players in real time. So we came up with this idea of digital island, where players from all around the globe will be able to interact with each other in real time using features like live emotes, live voice chat, live live avatar. So if you are in TaroVerse and you are within 15 feet radius of any other page, you can actually talk to them using voice chat within the app itself. So we thought, okay, this brings a lot of social elements, because when people can actually interact with each other, there will be a community bonding, there will be a more social experience, which will bring a unique element to the platform. So we pivoted from there and we tried to focus more on the metaverse side of things, because we wanted to bring this unique experience. We wanted to build that base village which will connect all of our games. And then instead of building one game, we are planning to build 4 major games from our end. So one of the games will be Tactics Royale. It's going to be an auto chess game. Second game will be Monster Bash. It's going to be an action PvP game. So you control your center character, you fight monsters, you hunt them, kill them, all of those things. Third will be Tarot Gem Quest. It's going to be tile matching puzzle game. So kind of like your Candy Crush, but it will be a little bit more PvP and will have a fantasy theme to it. So based on which kind of tile you matches, it will decide what is your, what are your next steps and how are you battling other players. The fourth game which we are building is Tarogochi. Tarogochi is your pet game. So you adopt a pet in the TaroVerse. You have to feed it to keep it alive, and every day you have to walk IRL in real life. So kind of like move to earn rewards, because when you move, you walk, you are training your pet also. So because our entire platform was revolved around virtual space metaverse, we wanted to have this move to earn aspect also within the platform, so we can motivate people to at least do 10 to 15 minutes of daily physical activity, so then they can focus on their health also, and not just spend all the entire day behind the screen in the metaverse.
May we say that TaroVerse is a sort of combination of metaverse and many play-to-earn games?
Definitely. And our long-term plan is to eventually, we are just building these 4 games because we want to showcase the community and the industry, that what we can build in the TaroVerse. In future, our plan is to sell islands so people can make their own games. Like if you have seen Roblox or Minecraft, where people can build their own stuff, right? So that's our next goal. And being one of the only metaverse platforms which is accessible across Mac OS, Android, iOS, windows. So basically all the four major platforms, I think we can tap into a much bigger user base and market eventually.
Amazing. How NFTs or non-fungible tokens are specifically utilized in TaroVerse?
Yeah, so one of the major main use cases of NFT is interoperability. Right? If you are playing, let's say, Fortnite, and you have a NFT skin or a character in Fortnite, and now you want to play, let's say, Candy Crush, or you want to play some other game, but you cannot actually use your character across games. In TaroVerse, since we are building everything, all the games within the TaroVerse itself, players will be able to use the NFTs across all the games. So we are building 4 games. Players will be able to use their NFT characters across all those 4 games. And in the metaverse also, we have already built 4 mini games. Players will be able to use NFT. Like if you know about Bitcoin mining, you buy an expensive GPU and then it consumes electricity. And based on what is your hash power, you mine rewards from the daily Bitcoin pool, right? So we have brought that same functionality to NFTs. So every Taro NFT will have a unique mining power, and based on and you just take your NFTs, and based on what mining power you have, you will be able to mine Taro tokens every day from the reward pool. Also, you will be able to upgrade your NFTs to increase your mining power. Let's say you have an epic level 1 NFT which has 10 mining power. Now you want to upgrade your mining power so you can mine more Taro tokens. You can upgrade from level 1 to level 2, but for that you will need to basically it will consume 2 common NFTs. So every time a player upgrades, NFTs are consumed and burned, which gives us a unique burning mechanism for NFTs also, because NFT inflation is a big problem with a lot of crypto games. Teams just keep on selling more and more NFTs. There is no way to burn NFT, or worse, many teams add breeding mechanism. So players are not only minting NFTs, they're also breeding them at a later stage, right? So it's just so NFTs are just multiplying, and if the user base growth does not keep up with new NFTs, the everything starts to collapse on itself, right? So that's why we made this unique NFT mechanism where every time a player is upgrading an NFT, they're burning some NFT. So if somebody upgrades their level 1 an epic NFT to level 20, they are going to burn 100 NFTs in the process. So there is a burn ratio of 100:1 if somebody maximum upgrades their NFT. So let's say we sell 100,000 NFT, at the end maybe 1,000 are left if everybody's trying to upgrade.
Now I'd love to ask you, Sid, about sort of kind of professional question from our team. Envelop has been developing a sort of wrapping protocol for NFTs, and if you're not familiar with the concept, it's easy, I'll explain. It allows to take an NFT, add to it any fungible crypto assets, let's say BUSD or USDT or Ethereum, add some useful features for that, such as time, event lock, rate, rental mechanics, or so on, and wrap an NFT. And technically, yeah, we get the same NFT with the same metadata, which acts as a container or a wallet or a bag inside, where it's crypto, fungible crypto inside. So what do we get there? We get a predictable price of such wrapped NFT. And finally, this concept or wrapping function leads to a lot of use cases, especially in play-to-earn gaming, for example, renting mechanic, renting NFTs in the game, and so on and so forth, one of the use cases, lending, borrowing, so on and so forth. So what are your main thoughts on that concept? Could it be useful for TaroVerse, for instance?
Yeah, so one of the things, while wrapping NFTs, we need to make sure, see, as I told you, to upgrade Taro NFTs, players needs to consume other Taro NFTs, right? How are you players using those wrapped NFTs to upgrade their current NFTs, right? Because that they will be 2 different tokens. So that is one thing we'll need to figure out. And yeah, so renting and borrowing is always an interesting feature, because players can rent and borrow expensive NFTs from collectors who are not actually gamers and who are just collecting NFTs, and if they want to generate some passive revenue for them. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting feature, and we are definitely looking into it. Yeah.
Well, and one of the famous use cases of such a wrapped NFT, we personally started our own history when we fundraised from one of our backers, is the use of this wrapped NFT in a token sale, when the tokens of a crypto project who sells it to investor are packed into this wrapped NFT with a time lock according to a vesting period. So what does it give us? The product, this protects startups from a token dumping when somebody wants to sell immediately, and allows VCs who bought the token to get an immediate on-hand liquidity if they choose to sell it at a profit before the unlocking dates. So our personal history with Animoca brands, for example, of Envelop started when Animoca asked us, please guys, if you have developed product, please wrap your own tokens and sell us your tokens as an essence wrap NFT. So that's how our story started. So what do you think? What are your thoughts on that? What will be useful for any crypto startups who want
Yeah, I think definitely, since a lot of projects are doing INOs these days, right? Because when a lot of people are interested into NFTs and they're not actually super, there is an crypto space is divided currently. There are people who just buy NFTs, and then there are people who are into tokens and not that into NFTs. So to tap into both audience, projects can potentially use this technology, right? If you are somebody, you want to release you can do some INOs, do some NFT sales, and those NFTs can also include some tokens, right? So which will be slowly unlocked as per the vesting schedule. So players not only get access to NFTs, but also get access to tokens at a slower pace.
Definitely. Thank you for mentioning the term INO, or initial NFT offering. This is exactly the same thing I meant. So what are your thoughts about the potential of NFT in general? How the use cases of NFT will look like, especially Metaverse and Play-to-earn gaming?
But the potential of NFTs is unlimited, right? Any place, anything in this world where we need to basically authorize, and we need to basically confirm that if it's legit or not. Let's say we go to a college, right? There are so many cases where people are basically faking their degrees and faking their diplomas. If colleges start handing out NFTs, you can just check on the blockchain within seconds, right? If the degree and diploma for this student is actually true. Same way for passport, same way for COVID certificate, same way for freight providers using for airway bills. Airway bills are basically your freight providers, whenever they send a courier from one place to another, they add some airway bill which has all the information from where the courier is going. So basically there is a lot, and basically with NFTs there is unlimited use case. It's just whenever a new industry comes up, whenever something new comes up, there are two industries which adapt it first. One is gaming, second is porn. These are the two industries which are always front runners in terms of tech, and porn industry and gaming industry always adapts everything much faster than the other industries. Always, it has always been the case. And gambling is also part of gaming industry. If you look at in a couple of years back, 3-4 years back, crypto casinos were a big thing. In the last bear market, crypto casinos were a big thing. Almost everybody was investing in crypto casinos. Many are still doing great and generating great revenue for the team and for the users, right? So gaming has always been on the forefront, and I think NFTs are going to bridge gaps between games, between projects, and their main use case, which is interoperability, and basically people can always verify if it's a real thing or not. Authenticity, that's going to be a big thing, because images on an NFT are just basically a visual representation that it's a different NFT, and that can easily be, because you can just right click and save BAYC photo, and you can just create your own NFT with the same photo. You cannot just actually look at a photo and tell, okay, if this is a real NFT or not, but you can have to actually verify it on chain to make sure that it's the right token, it's the real token and not just some fake token. So yeah, image can be anything, but the technology behind it definitely has a lot of use cases across many industries.
Totally agree with you. As you know, of course, one of the hardest and vital tasks for every crypto project, especially for blockchain gaming, is to establish, to create, and to grow its community. And one of the ways to grow community is to try to onboard people from Web2 gaming, traditional pay-to-win gaming, to play-to-earn gaming. Is not easy task because total changing of mindset and so on and so forth. A lot of problems here. How did you solve this task in TaroVerse? How large is TaroVerse community for now?
Yeah, so currently, since we are only 1 month old project, like we listed on last 27th of April, so we are still pretty new, but we have approximately, I think, 150,000 community members across all social media platforms, probably closer to 200,000 now, as I'm not updated, updated with the stats. And one of the things which we are doing is we are keeping our metaverse open, right? So players don't actually need to buy any NFTs. They don't actually need to buy Taro token to get started in TaroVerse. You can just download the app, sign up, and get started. You can just start hanging out in the TaroVerse. You can start playing mini games, and mini games have weekly rewards, right? So like if you are a top player, you can earn up to $50 per week, right? So that's those are one of the things. So you just have to play. It's just play to win right now. You don't have to buy NFTs. You have to buy Taro token. So I think that is one of the things low. So we have tried to keep the barrier of entry as low as possible, and this is one of the things we are doing to get more and more user base. And we are building things like Taro Club. We are also in work with BSC News, and we are building a portal in TaroVerse where they will be able to host AMAs and other things for the projects which are partnering with them, right? So we are bringing a lot many unique experiences within the TaroVerse which are accessible to users for free, right? We are not gatekeeping them behind any NFTs. We are not like you need to buy $50,000 NFT just to get started on the metaverse. There is no gatekeep, there is no barrier to entry. So that makes it a little bit easier for us to onboard users. And from there, we'll start them to educate. We'll start them to educate about NFTs and what are the use cases of NFTs, how NFTs can help them to maximize their rewards, maximize their time, maximize their gaming potential. Because even though we are already giving them some free rewards for play to just for playing and just for engaging in the metaverse, just for playing mini games, but they can earn much higher rewards if they buy NFTs and play our future games, right? So we have not released an NFTs of future games yet. So when that time will come, we'll try to educate our current user base to start buying NFTs and start engaging in major games, which are a little bit more, which provide a little bit bigger experience in terms for users. So yeah, we are not trying to gatekeep our project behind NFTs or tokens. It's just open for everyone, and anybody can come and experience. Anybody can come and experience the club, mini games. There are museum, and there are a bunch of things we are building. We're also looking to partner with we're also looking to partner with different projects and start and want to build things in metaverse with them. Like Blocktopia did. They are building headquarters on offices for many projects, right? Like Sandbox and Decentraland, they're building casinos, clubs, and all of those things for many with many projects. We are also trying to do the same, but one of the our basically one of our important and selling points is that we are accessible across all platforms: PC, Mac OS, Windows, Android, iOS, which makes it a little bit more accessible for users.
How do you think, or will you agree that joining a Web3, joining a blockchain game is one of the best and easiest way to learn about Web3 at all for a newbie? And I would suggest to learn about Web3 at all. What to listen, what to read, what to do, what are favorite tactics of learning?
Yeah, definitely. Gaming has that's why gaming has always been on the forefront of new innovation and technology, because people, staking and DeFi started in 2019, right? But people already were staking and earning passive revenue from crypto casinos from 2018, even late 2017, right? So these are the things which casinos and all of those things were already educating people about, that you mine token in a casino, then you stake your tokens, and you basically get revenue share from casinos, which is form of passive income. So crypto casinos were already educating people about staking and passive rewards even before DeFi came into the picture. So gaming has always been on the forefront, and it's always educating masses, and is always making way for more and more innovation in this industry. Same way is play to earn, because play to earn and like TaroVerse, we don't have any barrier to entry. Anybody can just download the app and get started. So this helps us onboard users, educate them about NFTs, because a lot of people have misconception about NFTs also, that NFTs are always energy intensive, they're bad for the environment. It might be the case with Ethereum. Some people might say, but we are on Binance Smart Chain. And it does not work on proof of work. So there is no way it's bad for the environment, because it's same as any other traditional gaming platform. They are all running on virtual servers, right? There is no proof everywhere. So basically, it's the same as any traditional game. So it's not bad for the environment at all. And that's one example of one of the things we need to educate traditional gamers and masses, that okay, not everything is crypto is just bad or black and white. There are things which it's a work in progress, because the industry is such new, and there are innovations always happening, which is not only going to help Web3 or crypto space to move forward, but also going to help people in the traditional industry, because a lot of innovations are just crossing borders from Web3 and entering Web2, and just merging both of those things, and removing that wall.
How do you see Web3 will inevitably reshape our world in, let's say, 10 upcoming years? And in particular, how do you see Web3 will have changed the life of more than 1 billion of Indians? How do you see Web3 India or crypto India, I would say, in 10 years?
I think there is still a lot more things to do in Web3, and any place which can use a little bit more transparency can use blockchain technology. Just looking at if in the entire world, if in every country in the world, if the elections just start happening using blockchain technology, they will always be fair, and there will no and it will always be fair, and people will have more confidence that whoever is winning the election is winning by fair means. So that's just one example. I think anywhere where we need transparency and where we need to keep people accountable, blockchain is a great technology, because it's open source. Anybody can look at, it's an open ledger technology. Anybody can just look at past ledger. There is no way to fake anything in blockchain. If you try to, you will always get caught, or the blockchain will just reject you, right? If somebody tries to create a fake block, or if any miner goes rogue, the other miners will just hold you accountable, and they will just put you right on track. So I think everything in this world can maybe benefit from blockchain technology at the end. It's just a matter of when at this point.
Finally, Siddhant, what's the best way to follow you personally on the internet, to reach you for business proposals if you are open in person?
Yeah, so people can follow me on Twitter and Telegram. So I'm both on Twitter and Telegram, and I'm open for, we are always open for business proposals, and especially with our Metaverse release in couple of days, we are looking to partner with different brands and projects, so we can help them get them a Metaverse presence and help them integrate with TaroVerse.
Well, what should our viewers do first? Step 1, step 2, step 3 to join TaroVerse, start play?
Yeah, so step 1 is super easy. Just go on TaroVerse.com and just sign up. And I think by the time this interview will be live, we will have our TaroVerse release already. So you will be able to download the app, Android, iOS, Windows, macOS, whatever you want, and you can just get started on the TaroVerse, explore TaroVerse, explore different locations in TaroVerse, and play mini games, which will help you win weekly rewards and everything. So I think the first step is to sign up on TaroVerse website and follow us all on our socials to keep updated with the latest news and whatever is happening.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may find on the links in the description of this video, you may find the links in TaroVerse, you may find links on Siddhant Srivastava, the CEO and CFO of Block Vision Studio LLC, and these guys, amazing team from India, blockchain developers. They have been developing TaroVerse, and more what's going on in the Web3 space and Metaverse, later gaming, a lot of things. Please join Web3, join by learning, and listen to such a podcast to find best solution for your personal life, because Web3 is not our future, it is our present. Thank you very much, Siddhant Srivastava, Block Vision Studio LC, Eugene Crypto MC from Envelop Podcast. We're with you. Thank you for watching, listening. Please like, subscribe, share, join our communities, and stay tuned on the next episodes of our Envelop Podcast. And glory for Blockchain India, which very successful, this amazing country. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care, guys.
Blockchain. BLOCK chain. Digital money, smart contracts, NFT, IDO, decentralization, transparency. So many opportunities, but so many challenges. Some financial manipulators, by their actions, confuse blockchain solutions and block their development. The idea that the blockchain should bring copyright and royalties protection to the next level is quite old, but the realizations of these ideas are not perfect at all. There is another problem of determining the value of a particular cryptocurrency or NFT. These and other problems need to be solved. Fortunately, the blockchain infrastructure is evolving. My name is E, Mr. E, and I represent the Envelop project. Many things have already been invented in the blockchain today. Tokens, smart contracts, platforms for creating your own coins, NFTs, exchanges for buying, selling, and exchanging all these blockchain resources. Envelop is another step in the development of crypto technologies. The protocol that works with NFT and cryptocurrencies. The idea is simple but disruptive. Let's assume you have an NFT, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Using the Envelop protocol, you can wrap the original NFT accompanied with several tokens. Technically, you get a similar NFT, but what is the breakthrough here? Once wrapped, the token has a number of additional features that were not available before. The minimal cost appears. It is provided with coins wrapped together with NFT. An asset wrapped with Envelop has a number of properties that allow the original author to receive royalties from the resale of that asset. Various rules can be applied to the wrapped token. For example, a lock period for unwrapping. It secures the asset till the determined moment or safeguards it from speculation during the hype period. At the same time, wrapped tokens can be transferred and traded. These are just some of the scenarios for using Envelop. NFTs become more popular, and the tools provided by Envelop expand the opportunities of NFTs utilization. Wide application possibilities are achieved due to the fact that, in addition to the protocol, the project includes a number of subsystems. The protocol provides functions wrapping and unwrapping. Oracle Mechanics provides asset valuation using analytical algorithms. Index provides a summary assessment of several NFT assets with the common criteria. The project has its own token, which connects all elements of the system. Altogether, this is Envelop, a tool in the blockchain world for building modern and secure systems in various fields. Find more info about the project on the website. Envelop. Make your NFT valuable. Just practical, no hype.